All right, Bears fans, it's been quite a week heading into this huge clash, and the injury news alone is enough to make anyone stop and take notice. Chicago's linebacker core is taking a serious hit. Noah Sue is dealing with an elbow injury that will keep him sidelined, while Ruben Hippolyte is out with a shoulder problem. On top of that, Tremaine Edmonds is still on injured reserve, meaning 4 of the team's top 5 linebackers are unavailable. That's a massive blow to a defense that has been counting on consistency and depth to maintain their dominance. And the hits don't stop there. Tyreek Stevenson has a hip issue that makes his chances of playing in this game very slim, and Dominique Robinson is going through the concussion protocol, which adds even more uncertainty to the Bears' defensive plans. The final injury report later today will be critical for fans hoping for any positive surprises. Javon Dexter has appeared on the list with a hand injury, a concern that wasn't there in Tuesday's initial report, raising questions about whether it occurred in practice. Thankfully, it's not a soft tissue injury, but it's something to keep an eye on as the week progresses. Meanwhile, Theo Benedict is available, and although there's speculation that Aussie Trapillo may start at left tackle, having Benedict ready provides some flexibility. Travis Homer and Kyle Manungi also appear set to play, giving the Bears some breathing room in their lineup. There's still uncertainty surrounding the activation of Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon, especially with Stevenson likely out, which could open the door for Jalen to reclaim the outside corner position. C.J. Gardner-Johnson remains a reliable option, so the coaching staff has decisions to make, but there's some depth to lean on. Shifting our attention to Philadelphia, Devontae Smith is the player to watch on the injury front. He has not practiced yet this week, dealing with both a shoulder and chest issue along with an illness. Depending on which is more significant, his availability for Friday could be in question, creating a potential impact on the Eagles' offensive rhythm. Lane Johnson will not play, sidelined by a lingering foot injury, joining Xavier Gibson, who also did not participate on Wednesday. Starting safety Andrew Makuba has a fractured leg and will miss the game, adding to Philadelphia's list of absences. Despite these setbacks, Saquon Barkley seems likely to play, only managing a minor groin issue, while Landon Dickerson is being carefully managed through a knee concern and is expected to be available along with Reed Blankenship, according to Vic Fangio. Veteran presence from Brandon Graham may also bolster the team if he suits up. Backup offensive linemen like Willie Lannon and Miles Hinton have some bumps and bruises, but were full participants, so there's no immediate concern there. Overall, both teams are entering this matchup with notable absences and some players in question, making it a game where depth, adaptability, and coaching adjustments will play a pivotal role. Looking at the bigger picture, this game is set to carry massive implications for the NFC playoff race, and it's astonishing to think about how far the Bears have come this season. Ben Johnson's era has kicked off with a bang, and despite some challenges along the way, the team has put together a string of impressive performances. It's a testament to both the coaching and the resilience of the players that Chicago is now in contention for a top playoff seed. Caleb Williams has experienced a mix of highs and lows, showing moments of brilliance alongside periods of inconsistency. But he is clearly adapting to the system and making critical plays when it matters most. Defensively, even though injuries have forced the Bears to operate with a leaner roster, Dennis Allen's guidance has enabled them to remain competitive, mixing strategy and adaptability to keep the unit effective. Special teams have also seen significant improvement under Tim High-Toe Tower, adding another layer of reliability and skill to the squad. All of these elements combined contribute to the excitement and optimism surrounding this team. And it's no surprise that fans are feeling a renewed sense of hope and anticipation for what's ahead. Philadelphia has had its own share of surprises this season, showing flashes of excellence, but also moments of vulnerability that make them unpredictable. Their quarterback, Jalen Hurts, has been remarkable in terms of production, yet the team struggles to find consistent rhythm due to issues along the offensive line and occasional lapses in play calling. Kevin Bullough, the Eagles' offensive coordinator, is still adjusting to his role as a play caller, which sometimes results in uneven execution and a lack of smooth offensive flow. Despite having a top-tier red zone offense, they have struggled to generate explosive plays consistently, and their inability to establish a reliable running game, largely due to offensive line performance, has limited their effectiveness in sustaining drives and controlling the clock. Penalties have also emerged as a recurring problem, undermining some of the team's most promising plays and reducing their overall efficiency. This combination of factors has created a team capable of brilliant moments, but one that can be vulnerable if pushed by an opponent ready to exploit those weaknesses. As for Chicago, the Bears' approach under Ben Johnson has been smart and aggressive, taking advantage of matchups and maximizing the explosive potential of their offense. They lead the league in big plays, including both long runs and deep passes, which makes them particularly dangerous against teams that rely on conservative game plans. This ability to strike quickly and efficiently can put significant pressure on any opponent, and it has been a cornerstone of their strategy this season. While Philadelphia may attempt to maintain a conservative approach, relying on talent and minimizing mistakes, the Bears' capacity for explosive plays and their momentum heading into this matchup suggest that they are more than capable of challenging any defensive scheme the Eagles implement. With both teams having key players sidelined and adjustments necessary, this matchup promises to be a tactical battle where coaching decisions, depth, and adaptability will be tested in real time. Injuries, inconsistencies, and strategic adjustments are all playing a central role in how this game is shaping up. Chicago has proven resilient in the face of adversity, navigating a season filled with surprises and emerging as a legitimate contender for a top NFC seed. Philadelphia, meanwhile, is attempting to balance talent with cautious execution, aiming to leverage its strengths while mitigating the weaknesses exposed throughout the season. The contrasting approaches and current circumstances set the stage for a compelling showdown, where every decision on the field could have profound playoff implications. Fans of both teams are bracing for a high-stakes matchup, knowing that the outcome could determine positioning and momentum as the postseason approaches. From injuries to offensive schemes, the dynamics are complex and constantly evolving, and the excitement around this game continues to build as kickoff draws near. The Bears' depth, particularly in skill positions and key defensive roles, will be challenged like never before, and their ability to adapt quickly will be crucial. Meanwhile, Philadelphia must find a way to reconcile its conservative tendencies with the explosive potential that lies within its roster, particularly with playmakers like Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. The short week adds another layer of complexity, as practice time is limited and coaches must make real-time decisions with incomplete information. Each snap becomes more significant, with small margins potentially determining the winner in what promises to be a closely contested battle. Chicago's defense will be under intense scrutiny, needing to compensate for injuries while maintaining pressure and coverage integrity. Special teams could also play a pivotal role, with field position and situational execution likely influencing the outcome in critical moments. As the week unfolds, monitoring injury updates will be key, particularly for players whose participation remains uncertain. Javon Dexter's hand issue, Dominique Robinson's concussion protocol status, and Tyreek Stevenson's hip injury could all affect the Bears' defensive rotation. For Philadelphia, the availability of Devontae Smith, the absence of Lane Johnson, and the status of other key contributors could impact offensive game planning and personnel decisions. Coaches on both sides must weigh risk versus reward, balancing player health with the necessity of fielding competitive lineups. The tactical chess match is amplified by the implications for playoff seeding, making this more than just another regular season game. On offense, Chicago has shown versatility and explosiveness, with Caleb Williams capable of extending plays and creating opportunities both through the air and on the ground. The team's ability to capitalize on big moments has been a hallmark of their campaign, and it's a critical factor heading into this pivotal matchup. Philadelphia, conversely, must overcome inconsistencies in the offensive line and play calling to unlock their full potential, particularly if they hope to neutralize the Bears' capacity for creating high-leverage situations. Turnovers, penalties, and missed opportunities could swing momentum dramatically, and both teams will need to execute with precision to secure a victory that has significant playoff ramifications. Chicago's coaching staff has earned praise for constructing a culture of accountability and adaptability, allowing players to step into roles under pressure and perform effectively. The combination of leadership from Ben Johnson and the strategic acumen of Dennis Allen has created a framework in which both offensive and defensive units can operate successfully despite personnel challenges. Special teams coordinator Tim Hightower has further enhanced team performance, adding reliability in critical situations and helping the team maximize opportunities in field position and scoring chances. This holistic approach to preparation and execution has been a defining feature of the Bears' rise this season, giving fans confidence as the team prepares for a marquee matchup against a historically strong opponent in Philadelphia. The Eagles, while talented, face the challenge of integrating a conservative approach with a need to generate explosive plays, particularly in the passing game. Jalen Hurts has shown moments of brilliance, but has been constrained by inconsistent protection and occasional conservative play calling. The team's inability to establish a consistent ground game and avoid costly penalties has limited their offensive efficiency and created vulnerabilities that opponents like Chicago can exploit. Fans should watch for adjustments from both sides, as the strategic choices made by coaches in real time could tip the balance in this high-stakes encounter. The short week leading into this Black Friday showdown adds pressure to both teams, as preparation time is compressed and recovery from minor injuries becomes even more crucial. Chicago's ability to manage depth, particularly along the defensive front and skill positions, will be tested, while Philadelphia must find a way to maximize efficiency and execution despite limitations on practice time. The stakes are high, and every snap could have ripple effects on playoff seeding, making attentiveness, adaptability, and execution paramount for success. The dynamic between these two teams highlights the importance of versatility, situational awareness, and depth in determining the outcome of critical games. Chicago has demonstrated an ability to rise above adversity, leveraging coaching, preparation, and explosive playmaking to maintain momentum. Philadelphia, meanwhile, must balance talent and caution, seeking to capitalize on opportunities while minimizing mistakes. As kickoff approaches, the intensity and anticipation continue to build, promising an engaging and highly strategic contest that could have lasting implications on the NFC playoff picture. Chicago's resilience, depth management, and strategic flexibility will be tested like never before against an Eagles squad that boasts talent, but has shown vulnerabilities in both execution and consistency. Coaches must make calculated decisions regarding player participation, in-game adjustments, and risk management, all while navigating the pressure of playoff implications. Offensive explosiveness, defensive adaptability, and special teams execution are poised to be decisive factors, creating a complex chess match between two teams vying for top positioning in the NFC. This matchup represents more than just a single game. It is a snapshot of each team's ability to adapt under pressure, leverage talent, and navigate the challenges posed by injuries, inconsistencies, and a compressed schedule. The narrative surrounding player availability, coaching strategy, and in-game execution are layered and interconnected, making this one of the most compelling regular season games to watch this year. Both teams enter with strengths and vulnerabilities, and the outcome will hinge on preparation, execution, and the ability to respond to dynamic in-game situations. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. It's the kind of locker room chatter that makes the walls seem thinner than they are, a whisper that instantly turns into a roar across the league's most dedicated fan bases. The Chicago Bears, already holding the golden ticket in the upcoming draft, are reportedly deep in contemplation about a move that could redefine their offensive landscape, and not everyone on the roster is thrilled about the possibility. The buzz intensifying around Halas Hall centers on the potential acquisition of a top-tier quarterback prospect, a move many analysts see as inevitable given the team's prime draft position. However, it's the ripple effect on the current star players that is sparking the most intrigue. Sources close to the team indicate that star wide receiver DJ Moore is viewing the escalating rumors with significant apprehension. Moore, the undisputed cornerstone of the Bears' aerial attack, has been nothing short of phenomenal, proving his elite status regardless of who is throwing him the ball. But the specter of a generational talent arriving via the draft seems to have touched a nerve. In a moment of unguarded candor that has already zipped through the league's inner circles, Moore reportedly expressed a blunt assessment of the situation. If he comes, it means they don't need me here with the Bears. This declaration, whether a motivational challenge or a genuine expression of concern, speaks volumes about the internal dynamics at play. Does the arrival of a high-profile rookie quarterback signal a complete organizational reset, one that might deprioritize an established, high-salary receiver in a year or two? Or is Moore's statement a fiery demand for the organization to recognize and commit to his continued importance? That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.